Hello from Southern Ontario this January 3rd here in Canada. British Columbia, our westernmost province on the Pacific coast. Crazy bill. Bill C. No, it's not Bill C. It's Bill 36. They seem to be ramming it through. Now, what that bill does is most frightening. If you live in British Columbia, you want to be aware of this. And if you know anyone who works in the health industry, make them aware of this bill and get them to have a look at it, because it seems only 20% of the healthcare workers in British Columbia are aware of what this bill entails. And a lot of the healthcare workers, professionals, whatever is the proper terminology, are fleeing the province. Because in part, where are we here? Clause 49. If you want to remain working as a healthcare professional, you're going to have to comply with what is actually UN, World Health Organization, and of course the threads run to the World Economic Forum. You're going to have to comply with their dictates or face a $200,000 fine or 2 years in jail. Now, of course, what this compliance means is, and more than just the two of the standard formula, it's whatever they say comes down the pike tomorrow, you got to take, we have a new one. And I'm out of high-speed data until my cycle turns here, so I can't get into it further, but I have looked into this bill before, and I don't think it is limited to just the healthcare professionals. I think that there are little clauses that the public wants to be aware of in British Columbia. It's a very frightening bill. If you want to know more about it, because again, I can't access any high-speed data, PG Real News. I think they're out of Prince George with the PG. But anyways, yeah, this is scary. And a little background, if you're outside of the country, you're not aware of sort of how BC politics work. Well, Jagmeet Singh, the leader of the NDP, his seat is in Burnaby, BC, part of Vancouver. Seems to me, although it's been 20 odd years since I lived in British Columbia, it's kind of broken into two factions. You have the lower mainland, or the coast as it's referred to, and then you have the rest of the province. Two very different lifestyles, and to my limited interpretation, two very different political perspectives. And yeah, I believe the provincial government, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they're NDP as well in British Columbia. But yeah, this bill, if you know anyone who works in the healthcare profession, ask them to look into this. They want to be aware of it, and so does the populace. As again, I'm pretty sure, I'll look into it further, that this isn't limited just to healthcare workers, but actually goes to the public as a whole. Sets a very frightening precedent for Canada as a whole. But there's the threads to the WEF, eh? Daddy Klaus's reaches everywhere, is it not? Scary stuff, people.